Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan. So, I was talking to you earlier about the EBT and SNAP card holders. They can come to Olive Garden, Popeyes, and Red Lobster and get free things. Some people have been in my comments saying that this is not true. So, when I went to look further into it, it is clickbait. But what Keith Lee is doing is very much true. So, all the people that were in his comments saying that they have DM'd him, I'm sure he's going to let us know who he is actually going to be working with and who is actually going to be able to help others, because that's what we need in the end. And those of you who are using those places as clickbait, shame on you, because we're living in a moment that we need help and we need to help others. And this is not funny. And I'm not here to just give y'all wrong information. Okay? So when Keith Lee says it, I'll let you know. Let's keep going. Let's get into the Housewives a little bit. Stacey, why must you not tell the truth all the time? So let's go back to when Ashley was asking Stacey about Chris Samuels. She said a resounding no, right? So now Bravo has put out, or somebody has put out, a little clip with her talking. Production cameras are filming this. And she's explaining how she hung out with Chris Samuels, right? She was like, she and Timo was going through it. He was seeing other people. She was hanging out with other people. And Chris just happened to be one of those people. She did not sleep with him or anything like that. And she was asked, did she sleep with him? She offered that information and she was asked that information. And each time she said no. I really want to believe that. You understand what I'm saying? But then, hold on. Shout out to the Bravo Shade Room. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. If you're literally just hanging out with Chris, just hang out with Chris. Chris actually is single and you're the one that's married during the time you're hanging out with him. So he can hang out with whomever he wants to. Now, I don't think she and Monique are day one, so I don't think that matters. You understand what I'm saying? That doesn't even matter at all. But just be honest, Stacey. Just be honest. Then we going over here to Atlanta. This is Porsha's realtor, honey. So she has helped her sell her home. She was like, Porsha said more to come. So Porsha's home in Duluth sold for $1.5 million. Now, I don't know what this means for Miss Diane. I don't know where she's going to be living. I have no idea. But it looks like Porsha has gotten this out of the way. Let's look inside a little bit. Allegedly, honey. You know what? I love a floor-to-ceiling window. I wouldn't even put curtains on this. I just absolutely love this. Honey, a house like this, you got to have some furniture in it, or you going to forever be in an echo. This is beautiful. Child, look at this bedroom. This is so nice. A fireplace. You got a seating area, like a little living room area. I love this. I don't ever need a house this big, but this is gorgeous. Well, child, on to what's going on in this world. So y'all know I've been talking to you about the Atlanta lines in the airport. Well, this is in Houston, Texas. And they're saying they're 3 hours long. And you need to get there hella early. You can't really blame people for not working and they're not getting paid. But this is a mess that we're in right now. This is a mess. And they don't see it stopping anytime soon. Now, when it comes to these SNAP benefits, people are going to get the SNAP benefits. They're going to get them at a reduced rate. They said 50%. The USDA claimed they didn't have the money, but judges said that they have to pay them. They wanted to tap into the $23 billion child nutrition bank, but they was like they didn't want to touch that. But the SNAP recipients are not going to get their full benefits. They're going to get half of their benefits. And it's just going to be for November because they said once they pay this out, they won't have anything else. So if they get it in November, they got to treat it sparingly because they may not have anything for December if this shutdown is still in effect. This is so sad. But at least something is going on. I saw the Maryland governor, and he was saying that he has tapped into some things and Maryland is going to be okay. I need people to be okay, child. Y'all remember when these monkeys had got out of control and got loose in Mississippi, in Heidelberg, Mississippi. Well, this is Miss Ferguson, I believe that's her name. Honey, she is the one who unalived the monkey who had to be unalived. She said that she was at home. Her 16-year-old said that they thought that they saw a monkey running around in the yard. She went and got her firearm and popped him. She said because, she said she got animals. She got dogs, turtles, cats, all that kind of stuff in her yard. She said, I'm not a unaliver of animals, but I was trying to protect my children. And that's exactly what she did. So this is the lady that got rid of one of them monkeys, child. So I was looking at Baller Alert, and Diddy did get approved for his appeal. Now, the thing is, he won't be appealed this year. If he gets out on the appeal, it would be April of 2026. But allhiphop.com is reporting that a former inmate said that Diddy will receive perks and protection while he's at Fort Dix. So, I mean, you would expect that. We've seen pictures of him on the yard with the guys and how happy he seems to be. Did you see what 50 Cent said? He looks like he's really good with the homeboys. But we'll see what happens with Diddy. Do you care? I don't know. Okay, I think we talked about this before, but there is yet a listeria breakout, right? It is unaliving people with these pre-packaged foods, seafoods, chicken foods in these freezers in these grocery stores. So it's Kroger, Trader Joe's, and it's another one, Wegmans, I want to say. I'm not sure. So y'all be careful with that. So if this is something you do right here, because what she's saying right here, people back in June, like this have been unalive, Cajun style blackened chicken breast fettuccine alfredo, you gonna have to just make this yourself. Okay, you can do it. Blackened chicken seasoning exists. You can do this on your own. It's very simple. Okay, y'all, we're gonna end it right here. But Latrice Rogers is on Carlos King's Monday Night Live, right? We're gonna get into a little bit when she's talking about Amanda and how all that went down. So let's listen.
Amanda's situation, we're friends, and I'm thankful that she did keep that information from me to a certain extent of time. And I mean, oops, sorry, my own phone hit the floor. So I just feel like I'm trying to see how I want to say this, Carlos, without giving so much away.
So, child, Latrice knew about that. I'm sorry. I will always believe that. So Dustin is asking her a question now. He was like, we're introduced to your longtime friend, Amanda. Now, due to the fact that she gave this information, like, people feel like you're privy to it. And then he asked her another question. Let's get into that.
Although you weren't responsible for the information being shared, you weren't responsible for what Amanda disclosed. People feel like you played a part in that, Latrice, in that making it to the air, in that even being something that was discussed. And I feel like you haven't had an opportunity to even clear that part up yet, right? Just in general, whether or not you were involved in or knew that Amanda was going to disclose that information on camera and that y'all would have to talk about it and that it would, in effect, hurt Letitia.
So then after he said all of that, he asked her, did you do that, Latrice? Did you do that? And if not, this is your chance to clear it up and get that off your name, because that makes you look crazy. If you, on one hand, say that you're Letitia's friend, that's one thing. But then on the other hand, you're Amanda's day one. That's another thing. Let's see what Latrice had to say.
No, of course not. So the thing with Amanda, of course she told me and Tambra about the whole DM situation. My thing is, and even to this day, if it were to happen again, I would never tell Letitia that her man was in anyone's DMs. Let's just put that out there. I don't care if they ask around the question 1,000 times. That's just something that I wouldn't tell her for various reasons, for sure. I've gone to Letitia plenty of times to, give her information, and each and every time that has backfired in my face, like one way or another. So with that, I just feel like, whatever, I just feel like a lot of stuff that she already knew and she knows. So it's no need for me to say anything to her.
So Latrice is 10 toes down that it doesn't matter what I say to Letitia. She's still not going to leave Glenn. Let me know how you feel about it. It's your girl, Millie Chun. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.